Hello everyone, welcome to DVxUI. Today on this channel we are going to design this modern looking hero section in Figma. The only thing that you need to create this modern design is your wild thinking of designing. So let's start. Well, before we further dive into the designing part, let us understand what this screen is about. So on the right top you see pages over here, and I have 3 pages over here which are design, YouTube and learn. Then I have some layers. The only layer that I have here is this resources. Now, if I click on this small grid icon, I will go to this frame. And here, as you can see, I have all my resources that I'm going to use in this design. So this is the picture that I'm going to use. These are some dummy text that I'm going to use in my design. And these are the colors that I'm going to be utilizing for the design. Now, if you see, there is a black box over here. Now, what is the functioning of this black box? Suppose if I press a key on my keyboard, let's say delete, it says it aloud. So this is the only function of this black box. Suppose if I press some shortcuts, let's say Ctrl A, which is for selecting everything on the canvas, then you will be able to see that what shortcuts I am using. And this will be helpful when you will be designing. Now, one last thing that I want to tell you about is, suppose if I draw a random shape over here, then if you see, the right panel has appeared. Well, from this right panel, what I can do is, I can control this element over here. So if I change the height to, let's say 2000, the height will be changed. If I change the corner radius to, let's say 600, that will be changed. So the right panel is there to control the element appearance. Well, let's delete this and get ourselves a frame. Before going forward, I want to tell you about our Telegram group. I have created a Telegram group for all the designers to learn and grow by sharing the ideas and knowledge with each other. So if you want to join the Telegram group, you can join it from the description. You will also find all the resources that I use in my designs in my Telegram group. So consider joining it. So to get a frame, what you can do is, you can click on this grid icon or you can press F key on your keyboard. Now, as soon as you hit F key on your keyboard, you will see something has appeared on the right panel. And these are the frame types which I have over here. So the frames are MacBook Air, MacBook Pro and many more. But what we are going to use is the desktop. So drop a desktop frame over here. Now if I double click on this grid icon over here, then it will zoom it to fit. Now the actual designing part begins. Now first of all, what I want to do is, I want to change the background color of this desktop frame. So for that, I'm going to select this, and in the fill, I'm going to select a background color, which is coming from our resources. So if I go back to the resources frame, then you will see I have a color over here. Actually, I have two colors over here. This violet one is the primary color and this gray shade is the secondary color. Now let's go back to desktop. And here, as you can see, the background color has been changed. If you didn't observe, let me go back. So this was white and now this was changed to the background color that we wanted. Now since the background color has been changed, let's work more on the background part. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hit L key on my keyboard and draw a random line over here. Now for the dimensions, the height is going to be 0 because this is a line, but the width is going to be, let's say 2000. Well, if you are thinking that the width is always on the horizontal, you are correct. But what I have done here is, I have provided some angle to this line, which you can see over here. So it is rotated at 89 degrees. So if I change it to, let's say 90 degrees, this will be aligned perfectly. And if I change the angle to 0 degree and place it over here, then this dimension of the width will be justified, that the line has the width of 2000 pixels. Well, now let's place it at the middle of this frame. So for that I'm going to use this alignment tool which is also mentioned over here. I'm going to use this tool which is align horizontal centers. So this will centrally align the line in the frame. Now do not worry that this line is going out of the frame. It is because of a specific purpose and I will explain you about it later. Now since I have this line, let's provide it some weight of let's say 3, and the color is going to be the primary color. The opacity is going to be 30% so that it does not look very much prominent. It should blend with the background and it should act as a background as well. Now since one line has been created, let's create a copy of it. So we have 2 lines over here. Now I'm going to select both these lines, and then by right clicking I'm going to choose this option which says add auto layout. Now the auto layout has been applied to these lines. As you can see over here, they are inside one frame now, and the gap between these lines is written over here, which is currently 109, but I want the gap to be 100. So now the lines looks perfect, but what I want is the multiple copies of this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the line which is inside this frame. So let's zoom it and select the line. Now I'm just going to copy paste this line multiple times. So let's zoom out, and if you see, I'm just pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V in order to create lines. What you also can do is you can duplicate these lines and this will also create the same pattern. Well, now let's align this frame on our desktop by using this alignment tool over here which says align vertical centers. So hit it and this will be aligned perfectly. Now since the horizontal lines are done, we need vertical lines. So let's rename this frame first. So name it horizontal lines, and I'm going to lock it over here by using this lock icon over here. So this has been locked. Now what is the benefit of locking these lines? Now if you see, if I hover my cursor over these lines, now I'm not able to select them. Well, this is the benefit of locking these lines, that I won't be able to change them mistakenly. Now let's unlock them first because I want to copy this frame. So let's copy paste this, place it over here, and now lock one of them, which is the bottom one. And I'm going to change the name of this to vertical lines. And now also change the direction of these lines. I'm going to provide an angle of let's say 90 degrees. And now this looks perfect, but we need few more lines. So what we are going to do, we are just going to select one of these lines and just copy paste it. Now select your frame, and by using this alignment tool, we are going to align it on our frame. If it felt confusing at any point, feel free to rewind and watch again. Now let's lock this one as well so that it does not interfere with what we are going to design later. Now we need a picture over here. So for the picture, what I'm going to do is, let us first close this desktop frame and go to resources, copy this picture and go to desktop again. and paste it on the desktop. I got this picture from the Pinterest. You can also download it from the Pinterest. Pinterest is an amazing website from where you can get your images. Well, but make sure they are legal to use. Now I'm going to align this at the very center of this frame. For that, I'm going to use this alignment tool which says align horizontal centers, which we have used earlier. And then I'm going to use this vertical center alignment tool. So now this has been aligned. Now what I want to do is I want to provide some depth to this cloth over here. By depth, what I mean here is I want to provide some shadow to this cloth. But if I select this and go to effect, and if I provide a drop shadow of, let's say, on the X position it is going to be 20, and on the Y position it is going to be 40, the blur is going to be 4, and the color is going to be, let's say, 20. The depth will be provided to this image, which is nice. Now let's start working on the text part of this hero section. So for that, first of all, I'm going to create a button over here. So for the button, I'm going to use a text. And here I'm going to write get started. Select this text. From outfit, I'm going to choose a font family which is Koho. It is going to be bold italic with the size of 20. Now I'm going to provide auto layout to this. Fill it with a color which is going to be the primary color. Now the text is not visible, I know. Let's zoom it first. And let us first provide some padding. So for the horizontal padding, I'm going to provide 22. For the vertical padding, I'm going to provide 16. Now let's change the text color to the color same as the background. So I've choose this color picker and I'm taking this background color from here. Now select your button and place it over here, just like this. Align it, and this looks perfect. Let's zoom out, and yeah, this is good. Now the next thing that I want to work with is the nav links. So we need some nav links over here, such as home, research, about, and etc. So for that, I'm going to take a text again and write home. Let us zoom it and copy paste this. I'm going to write research, if I can spell it correctly. Copy paste this and write about. Select all your text. The font size is going to be 32. The home is going to be semi-bold italic, and the rest two text are going to be light italic. Well, light is too light, so let's go with italic. And now I'm going to select all these text and provide auto layout to them. Now they are inside the auto layout. Let's increase the gap between them. So the gap is going to be, let's say, 80. 80 looks fine. And now let's align them with the line. So now they are perfectly aligned with this button. We just need to change the color of these text. So for the color, I have selected the frame, and then I will go to the bottom, and here in the selection colors, I'm going to select the primary color. So this is done, and it already looking kind of nice. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to provide the name of this website. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm again going to take a text and write here one magic.inc. Select this text. The font size is going to be 32 only, and I'm going to select this much of text and provide semi-bold italic. Place it over here and then change the color to primary color. So this is done, but we also need to make it look good. Since this is a modern website, so we need to go crazy, as I told you earlier. So we will take a line and drop it over here. The width is going to be 156. The weight is going to be 10. The color is going to be primary color. Just align it so that it looks good. And now we need a text over here. So for the text, I'm going to select a text, quite explanatory. And then here I'm going to write reality is a shadow. Select this text, and now I'm going to change the font family to Nobile. It is going to be of bold font weight, and the font size is going to be 18. The color is going to be primary color, and we need to decrease the width. Select it and place it over here just like this. So this is done. The header section of this website is done. I think what we can do is yes, I was right. This was angled by 0.42 degrees. So we need to change it to 0 degrees. So let's select it and write 0 over here and push it up. Let's select all of them, push them up a bit. And now this looks perfect. Now we need another text to place it over here at this position, which is going to grab the attention of the user, whoever lands on this website. So for that, I'm going to take a text. Well, I know this is a text heavy website because we are designing a modern website. Modernism is basically where you break rules and create something that is appealing and also looks good. So here I'm going to write imagination. Select the text, and the font size is going to be 200. The font family is going to be Coho, and place it at the center and put it over here just like this. Take this picture, push it down, align this text, so this is perfect, and put it back by using this option which says send to back. And now we will change the color to primary color. So this looks perfect. Now copy paste this imagination text, place it over here, slightly below, and here you need to write in creation. So imagination in creation is our tagline. Align it and place it perfectly. So yeah, now it is fairly visible and also looks great. But currently, if you see, there are void spaces in our website. One void space is present over here, one void space is present over here as well, and then we have some space over here as well. We can utilize this place to make this website more appealing. So let me show you how. So for that, I'm going to take a text, and here I'm going to write in the, let's not write the complete text because we have resources. So go to resources and here select this text, go to desktop again and paste it over here. Now select this text, change the font family to Nobile, the font size to 18 of bold, decrease the width, and place it over here just like this. Since this is a modern website, so we can get away with many of the things, such as the alignment of this text. Well, not very much, but there is a freedom in modern design. Now we need to fill this word space as well. So for that, what we can do is we can take a line, drop it over here. The width is going to be 220. The weight is going to be 10. The color is going to be primary. I know this is angled. So let's change the angle to 0 degrees. And now let's align it over here. Make sure the end of the line is aligned with this N. So this looks perfect to me. Let's zoom out. Now we need some text over here to fill this gap. For that, let's go back to the resources. And from here, we are going to copy this text. So copy this text, go to desktop frame again and paste it over here. Now we need to change the font size. So the font size is going to be 16 of regular, and let's also decrease the width. Align it over here. Change the width from here till here. I'm just making the alignment right. So yeah, this looks good. And now if you see, the two of the white spaces looks kind of great. What we can do is we can take this a bit up, let's say over here. So this is good. And now we can also put a button over here. That will be our CTA. Well, CTA is basically call to action buttons. These buttons are provided for the users to navigate from the home page to another section of the website. So here I'm going to write explore and a dot. Then select this text. Since it is very big, we need to change the font size to 24. The color is going to be the primary color. Let's zoom it and let's provide auto layout to it. We need to provide a stroke over here with the primary color. The weight is going to be 2. The corner radius is going to be full. So hold shift and keep pressing arrow up key. So 30 is good. Now select your button, and for the horizontal padding I'm going to provide 22. For the vertical padding I'm going to provide 16. Let's fill it with the background color so that it will blend with whatever we have on the website. Now let's align it perfectly. So this has been aligned and this also looks kind of great. Now the only void space that we have here is this over here. So to fill this, we are again going to go to the resources And from here, copy this text, go to desktop again and paste it over here. Well, since it is very big, let's change the font size to 20. Medium is good, but the font family needs to be changed. It is going to be Nobile. Align it with this in creation text. So let's decrease down the width. Take it from here, push it till here. And let's see if it is aligned perfectly. We can change the line height. So let's take 24. 24 is good. Adjust the spacing. Also adjust the alignment. So mostly we are done with the hero section. Let's also provide a border to this. So let's take a stroke of weight 4 with our primary color. Well, I know this is not very much visible, but it is there, believe me. Now randomly click on your canvas and then select this option which says Show Hide UI, and this will hide the UI options. Now let's go to the full screen. Align it at the center, and now as you can see, we have beautifully created this modern looking hero section in Figma. I hope you liked this video and also enjoyed it. And if you also have created this design with me, consider sharing it on our Telegram group, which I have created just for you all. You can find the link in the description. Till then, we will meet in the next one.